G'day Crustacean Nation, Sir Prawnlord here with another video. Today we've got another box to unbox. This one is a live shrimp box from Blake's Aquatics. I'm really excited. We've got some black Neocaridina shrimp, which are going to be going into that tank over there. So let's just jump straight into it. So Blake from Blake's Aquatics has been kind enough to send these to me for a very small price, like definitely much cheaper than I would get anywhere else. Also, side note, we're using the aquascaping scissors today. So massive shout out to him. Leave a link down below for his channel. I'm sure most of you have seen him, but if you haven't, please go check him out. He definitely deserves the attention and love over there. I don't think the aquascaping scissors were a good choice for this, but we're getting there. So that took way longer than expected. He's done some great packaging, got the little heat pack in there. Still kind of warm actually, which is really cool. A little bit of this stuff. Ooh, nice, a little bit of fabric. Straight off the bat, something I'm not impressed with. Prawn got worms. He has sent me microworms. If you don't know, I have worms. He's even hashtagged it. Ew, microworms. I'm going to have to set up a culture of these. I have been meaning to actually start up a culture, so thank you very much, Blake. As you can see, there's a bunch of microworms in there. I'm going to start up a culture of these guys. Going to be really good food for my guppies, and even my shrimp will probably have a munch on some microworms. So thank you, Blake, for throwing in the microworms. That's great. I do have worms, and you are worm-free, Blake. And of course, what we all came to see, the shrimp. So, I can already see them, and they look really, really cool. So you can see a couple in there munching around. I don't actually know how many he sent. I would assume maybe 10 or so. Obviously, we'll go ahead and count these out in a second. But that is really cool looking. I got to get them out into the tub I set up to acclimate them in, but really cool. Also, free Java moss, can't be mad at free Java moss. I think there's a bit of a better view of them, but like I said, we'll get them out into a acclimating tub and acclimate them up. I can actually already see one that is buried back there, really big chunky female, so hopefully we'll have some little shrimplets soon, and I think I really need to go ahead and get these in the tub. So like I said before, this is the tank they're going into, but obviously we have to acclimate them first, and I thought I'd try acclimating them in a little breeder box. My plan is to put the water in obviously from the bag and the shrimp, and then slowly drip acclimate them with an air pump. I'm going to regulate the speed of it so it's not too quick, and then I think I'll let it flow out for a bit and let the water from the bag go into the tank. I'm not too fast. I trust Blake's water and it should be alright. I do want to put out a bit of a disclaimer. This tank hasn't been set up as long as I would have liked for a shrimp tank, but not to say that it isn't going to be okay. Blake hit me up and he was like, can I send them Monday? And I was like, yeah, sure, because I was confident in this tank. The sponge filter on the side has actually been cycled for over like months now, like 3 months. So worst comes to worst, they'll just have to eat off of the sponge filter. I have been obviously putting bacteria and all sorts of different things in here. You can see down the bottom, a bit of sabositang, java moss, and down here, you can't see, there is some Indian almond leaf. So I'm pretty confident they'll be alright. This is much better than my blue dreams that I started off with, and I've had success in worse and quicker setup tanks, so I'm pretty confident we'll be okay. So let's go ahead and add these little shrimpies in. So Blake did actually double bag this, which is really awesome. I did notice a lack of water, like leaks, in the box, which was really cool. So I'm pretty happy with the packaging on these little fellas. So that was a pretty smooth little plonk. I'm going to set up the camera a bit closer and we'll get a good look at these guys. So I've never kept black shrimp like this, and it's really strange to sort of see them because I'm so used to seeing blue shrimp. So I'm always looking for that colour on them, but I'm starting to get used to them now. They're really, really cool looking. There's some really nice dark ones. Like I said, that buried one that's there, I really hope that one pops out some babies. So there is one that's a bit on the bluer side, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put it in here anyway, and sort of just see what comes from the mix. Worst comes to worst, I just put it in with my other blue dreams. So I just went ahead and turned on my little drip acclimation. This is my first time using this technique, and it sort of seems to work really well. It's sort of like a trickle with a few big drops every now and then. I think this is going to be slow enough, and I have a little check valve sort of thing that I can turn and adjust if I need to, but I think that's slow enough. It doesn't seem to be filling up too quickly, so hopefully the shrimpies will be happy. So I did go ahead and count all these guys up, and there are actually 12 in here. I thought at first there were 10 or 11, but we do have a couple extra in there, which is awesome. Massive thank you to Blake again. I am sort of paying for this through his memberships, so if you do have some extra coin and you do like watching Blake's stuff, definitely go check out his memberships. So while the little shrimpies acclimate, I'm going to go ahead and sort out these microworms. Hashtag prawn got worms. So the shrimp are fully acclimated, the tub has filled up all the way. As you can see, the water is starting to trickle down back into this tank, so I'm pretty happy with it. Definitely, you know, filled up the water a few times over, and the shrimp are all doing well, so I think it is time to add them in. So the moment everyone has been waiting for, including myself, adding the shrimp in. So we're just gonna plump them in like this, and away they go. So they've hit the water and they're absolutely loving it. As you can see, they're munching on all sorts of bacteria and whatnot. That leaf there that's dying off, I put that in especially for them because I thought they'd probably like a bit of rotting leaf. But yeah, they're sort of all, or a few of them are hanging out over here. The others are searching around. This little guy keeps going up onto the top of this rock. He's pretty cool. So the little shrimp have seemed to settled in really nicely. I did end up putting a bit of an algae wafer in there just to see if they were keen on it. A few of them did have a little munch on it, but they've sort of just spread out and are sort of just looking around the tank. They're really awesome, and I'm really happy I went with the white sand and the brighter coloured rocks and things, because they do really stand out. The reason I didn't get them for quite a while was because I thought they were going to be a bit dull and hard to see. For example, on this substrate, they may be, you know, a bit more hidden in the, you know, dirt there and stuff. But on a nice white substrate, they really pop, and you can clearly tell where they are. So I'm really happy about this. I'm really keen to get a colony started. If you do want to see the setup for this tank, I do have a video for it. I'll pop it up here and also leave it down below. Go check that out if you do want to see how I set it up and what I sort of did. So you can get an idea and do this for yourself. I do believe these are classed as black roses. That's what Blake's been calling them, and I think I called them that as well. So I'm going to stick with them and call them black roses, but if you do think they are something else, let me know. That's just sort of, when I see a black Neocaridina, that's what I think of. So I'm going to go with them, black roses, or just black cherry shrimp. But they're really cool, and I'm loving them. So another massive thank you to Blake's Aquatics for hooking me up with these little shrimpies. Definitely go check out his channel if you haven't already. And like I said, if you've got the spare dollar, I know it's a bit of a rougher time at the moment, but if you do have a spare dollar, definitely go send it Blake's way. He also did send me these microworms, and I did end up setting them up. I will have another video on that, I think, shortly. But thank you very much. Prawns got worms. And thank you everyone for watching this video. I really hope you've enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed, acclimating the shrimp in and getting them in. And this tank is going to go really well, I think. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.